Hello friends, and welcome to the Mindful Making video podcast. This is episode number 61, and if you're into yarn and into making and knitting in particular, you've landed just the right place. Today it is the 12th of May, it is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there, whether you are a mother of a child, a fur baby, a parent, or a plant. Let's celebrate the care, compassion, and nurture that we give as women to the people that we deeply care for. So congratulations to you all, and I hope you are all well and have found a nice place to watch this video. Maybe you have something nice in your cup and you have your project ready for half an hour or so in my company. And thank you for being here. If you are a returning viewer, if it's the first time here, welcome. I'm so thrilled that you found this little corner of the worldwide internet. So thank you for being here. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge that this video is recorded on the traditional lands of the Darug and Ku-ring-gai people. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I also extend that acknowledgement and respect to traditional owners of any land that you are watching this video from. My name is Jane, and you are here in my living room in Asquith, close to Hornsby, north of Sydney in Australia. I'm Danish, but I've lived in Australia for 12 years. So I'm probably what you call in Danish Australian. So it's good to have you here. Episode 61, you can find me across the internet as Mindful Making. My website is called mindfulmaking.com.au. That's the umbrella of everything that I do. So there are links to the Instagram account, Mindful Making, Ravelry, mindfulmakingAU, and to my web shop. So check everything out there. Also, that's where you can find show notes for this episode, and I will post a link. There will be a link just in the description box below, so you can find links to what I'm talking about today. Well, let's get started. And as the title of this episode alludes to, this is a celebration of the Gum Nut Cardigan that I'm wearing. This is a pattern that is finally released. It is available in my webshop on mindfulmaking.com.au or on Ravelry. And the pattern is available in English and in Danish. It is a round yoke construction. It is knitted flat, starting up at the neckline, at the collar, starting with a twisted rib, and then moving into the body. It's you continue with working the button bands at the same time as the sort of main fabric. And here I've continue to use the needle size as I used for the neckline. So in this case, a 3.5 millimeter, and working with DPNs on these 12 stitches here. And then continuing with stockinette throughout the body, back and forth. And then when you get to these beautiful gum nuts here, you add the contrast color into the mix after the button band, and then you work the gum nut pattern across the yoke, splitting for sleeves, and then continuing the body down, finishing off with a twisted rib at the hem as well, and then long sleeves. I pulled them up a bit, long sleeves, finishing off with a nice little detail where you have knitted a round on the sleeves and then binding off On the hem, when you work flat, it's a purl row, and then from the right side you bind off all stitches knitwise, and that gives this similar nice edging like up here in the collar. There are buttonholes and buttons throughout. These buttons, these buttons I found at a knitting yarn festival. I think it was the Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show last year. So they are probably not vintage, but they were from a the vendor had bought them from a haberdashery that closed down. So I had, I don't know, 9 buttons, and not enough. So I am missing one button up here and the last button on at the hem. That is just if you watch the pictures and you think, oh, there isn't a buttonhole up here, but there is actually. This side, there is an extra buttonhole up here. So you can close it completely if you want to. It is worked on a 4mm needle, the main fabric, and it's a 22 stitch gauge, so it's suitable for many combinations of a fingering and a lace weight, like a fingering and a silk mohair, or a sport/DK weight if you just used one strand of yarn. I have knitted this in the combination of Super Soft and Titicaca, and this is the colorways Silver Grey for both yarns. They look like this together. Let's see if it focuses. Maybe, maybe not. On the screen it comes out a bit warmer. It is a traditional grey color. One of my favorite colors, if you can call grey a color. But these two yarn qualities, one strand of each, held together on a 4mm needle. And then I've just added in a black as the contrast color, just a single strand added into the mix, and it's a single strand of black Super Soft, so you can use any yarn that you have, colors, you can mix it up, you can pull out a leftover you're sitting from a pair of socks, a shawl, with bright colors and high contrast as I have chosen, or a lower contrast, which is beautiful as well. It's just, it gives a different vibe to the garment. And one of the testers did a version with a lower contrast color. It looks beautiful, beautiful. So it's up for your creative flair, what you want to add, and whether it should be one color or whether you want to change it throughout. The options are endless. In terms of other suggestions for colors of the garment, the cardigan, it could also be a soft pink version like this. This is the Sweet Pea in the Super Soft, and this is called Heather Rose in the Titicaca. It gives a beautiful soft pink finished fabric. A third option, well, there are many, but go for a plain white and mixing it up with the Titicaca color in Ecru. This is Ecru, yes, it is Ecru, and the Super Soft is called Bleached White. One of the past episodes, I've knitted up a type Aran sweater in this combination. Love it. And my daughter loves it too, you know, so maybe for daughters out there, this might be an option. And maybe I should just say that this is sponsored, because it is sponsored by the Mindful Making webshop, because it's yarn that is available in the webshop. So you can check out the different colors there. I have used about 5 skeins or balls of the super soft and 4 Titicaca for this size 3, and it has 10 centimeters or so, 4 inches of positive ease. And now the phone is ringing, so we will just pause. Another finished object is the Nila top that I worked on in the last episode. And here it is in all its glory. Let's see how it blows out, possibly. It is a design by Natasha Hornby. She is called Moonstruck Knits. And it has these very beautiful cabling down the front and a textured body, and the same a textured back, and with these vertical lines running mid back and mid front, and also down the sides. If you can see that, I'm trying to see, yes, maybe you can see that. The yarn here is a sock yarn dyed up by Ashen Eve's design. It is the color Way. Can't remember, I will put it down, but I know it is from the Wednesday collection. A beautiful deep teal black color. I used 2 skeins of 100 gram each, running around 420 meters, and I just got these cap sleeves here. So it will be a vest type garment, possibly a short sleeves during spring autumn here. I think it will be a bit too warm for summer in Australia. It hasn't been washed yet, so it will block out even more beautiful, and hopefully I can get that done before next episode, and I will try to wear it next time. An absolute joy to make this vest tee top, so I can highly recommend the pattern and the yarn. It's beautiful. I think I knitted size 4 in the pattern, and it is fitted but not too tight. I like it a lot, and I'm looking forward to wearing it for work and for knitting events and everywhere. So far we have had, or the last couple of weeks, it's been quite rainy and cold here, so I've basically been wearing winter clothes with the Gum Nut Cardigan. But the Nila top by Natasha Hornby, a beautiful design that I love to make. It's finished. What is on my needles is I am working on a pair of socks, sort of in between doing other projects, and it's just a plain 2x2 sock with a heel flap and gusset like this, So I have started the foot where I will keep the 2x2 ribbing running, and then I am almost where I can start just working across the foot and just keeping stockinette at the sole of the socks. To get symmetry on the instep of the foot, I move one stitch along, so I bind off a stitch because I start with knitting two knit stitches. I bind one off, so I have one, and then I add an extra one to the other side, so that on each side of the instep I just have one knit stitch on an even number of stitches across the front needle. And then I worked the decrease, if you can see that, just on the last two stitches of the other needle, whereby I should be giving sort of the illusion. Let's see if that comes up. I need to cut out my eyes here, of a two-stitch ribbing to keep that texture going. These are worked in Avetta Classic from Filcolana in, I don't have the color number, but a deep brown and a bit of grey tones in it as well, or strands. Very beautiful, and I think these will become a gift, possibly a birthday gift for a male family member, a birthday coming up shortly. I am almost done with the first skein, and I knit, as you can see, two at a time, and pulling from outside and inside of the skein. So almost one done. So for a male pair of socks size 43, 44, I would probably use up 1.5 skein of the Avetta Classic, which is a regular 75-25 merino nylon blend, a workhorse as for a sock. Yeah, so they are my car knitting, my waiting knitting, my when I'm tired type of knitting. Yeah. So I have worked on these the last last week or so. Pair of socks. The other project that is on my needle is the red cardigan that I also talked about in the last episode. I haven't progressed very far because I am in a bit of a solve problems space, and as you might see when I hold it up, it seems like my calculations for the sleeves are off. I need to redo that. It looks like that this sleeve will be way too big. But otherwise, this is the idea that in the front, it is 2 cables down the front, and then I am knitting in the round, so I will steek it open and add the button band at the end together with the neck band. On the back, let's see, what is it called? It's called honeycomb pattern is repeated, and then I have used this 1x1 cable as is to frame the cables on the back. It also have this beautiful angled shoulder that makes room for the sleeve and the shoulder. Yeah, now that the Gumnut tea is out, I will just revisit this and the calculations and see what is wrong, because these sleeve, that's not right. That is not right. Yeah. Yeah, that's the situation when designing. You know, you do something, it works out, or it doesn't, and it's a big bit back and forth. So yeah, that is going on. It is a sock yarn, very deliciously soft, and it is called, the brand is called Fury. 80 fine merino, 20% nylon, 400 meters on 100 grams skein, and this is called, the colorway is called Cherry Jam. Doesn't like to focus anyway, and this is Fiori sock hand dyed. Beautiful color, and as I said, I've said previously that red is not necessarily my, well, I don't have anything in red, and in real life it's more cold tones than you see on camera, so it's more bluish, deeper color than you can see on the screen. Well, you will see more of this in the coming episodes. Today it is the celebration of the release of the Gum Nut Cardigan. It's been a work in progress for a while for me, and I'm super pleased to finally bring it out there to you all, and I hope you will enjoy knitting your Gumnut tea. Thank you to the wonderful knitters who helped me knit through and iron out some of the few mistakes or adjustments that had to be done to the pattern. They did an amazing job and have made some wonderful Gumnut teas. I will insert a little series here of their different versions, so you can see different different choices of colors, and how this cardigan works so well in different sizes. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed that and found inspiration in those very different versions of the Gum Nut Cardigan. We are approaching the end of the creative content for this episode. Before I leave, I want to announce a little giveaway. So I have three winners, or 3 of you can win a Gum Nut Cardigan pattern, and the giveaway is run here on YouTube. So in the comments below, please write which colors would be your choice for your Gum Nut Cardigan if you were to win, and if you were to knit a cardigan. So comments below, and I will announce the winners in the next episode. I will also run a giveaway on Instagram, the same, so you can double dip as much as you like, where a post will come up soon, published soon, where the same question will be asked, and you can win. There is also 3 patterns up for grabs on Instagram. So you're more than welcome to place a, put in your comment both places for double chances. On Instagram, the time will be a bit shorter, so head over there to see the the deadlines for that giveaway. Then, before I leave, I wanted to say that if you are in Australia, in New South Wales, you might want to join me at the Knitters Picnic in Dungog in the weekend 25th, 26th of May. So in 2 weeks' time, I will be there on the Sunday, the 26th of May, with my yarn and pattern shop. If you are around, please come and say hi. It's so lovely to meet you all. I had the pleasure of attending the Fiber Frolic festival last weekend? No, the week before. No? Yes? Well, happened so quickly. No, it was the weekend before, so 2 weekends ago. And it was a bit drizzly and rainy. No, sorry, it was last weekend, last Sunday. It was a bit drizzly, rainy, and so my hopes weren't high for many, visitors to come, but it was a wonderful day with a lot of amazing people, and completely blew my expectations away, beyond my expectations for the day. So thank you to all of you who came by for a chat and to just see the yarn and the patterns, and for purchasing some yarn and patterns. And please tag Mindful Making so I can see what you're making. It was just an absolute joy. So I hope to see many of you in Dungog in 2 weekends' time. Yes, that was the creative part. I am good, sort of on a personal note. It's just one day at a time, and trying to create a bit of routine for myself. I think it's when you now that I live on my own, empty nesting, completely empty nested, it's sort of you just have to create your own routines. There's nothing there necessarily, apart from work and other stuff, that sets the daily routine. So I'm still working on that. My weakness is going to bed too late and then sleeping too late in the morning. I would like to shift that rhythm a bit, and I've said that for years, but now I've said it to you, to the world. Maybe you can cheer me on. I don't know why it is so hard to go to bed at night. Maybe it's just, finally on the couch, just knitting away, and you do get tired, and then it sort of becomes a bit of a barrier just to, stand up and brush your teeth and go to bed. I don't know what it is. It's been for years, for me, many years, that I haven't respected when I actually should go to bed, and overheard tiredness at around 9:30, 10, but usually it's around 11:30 before I crash. So it would be good for me personally to shift it 1 hour earlier. Anyway, that's my project, amongst others. I hope you've enjoyed this little video and episode with me. Giveaway, comment below the colors that you would like to knit your Gum Nut cardigan in, and then you are in for one of 3 free patterns. So I would love hearing from you, and I wish you all a wonderful Mother's Day, and I'm looking forward to see you again very soon. Bye.